that we are ready to talk to Museveni. Yes, but we are not ready to discuss with Museveni the Nobati Mao style. No, sir. We can only talk to Museveni when we are negotiating his exit. We don't want to imprison you. You're a very old man. Yeah. We don't want to revenge because we are not vigilant. We are not vengeful. We are not like Museveni, who said that he named his son an avenger to avenge. We are not avengers. We want to give you a chance because we know even dictators in the past, like Museveni, like Moi, they were talked out of power logically. The door is still open, but it is closing soon. We can discuss with you, we can give you protection, we can take good care of you so that we don't have to stress with you. The people of Uganda want their freedom soonest. If you want to give them freedom without a struggle, you are welcome. But if you want to be kicked out of power, we shall kick you out. Chicho twagala okwogera ne Museveni kuba twagamba Luweero tituli beetegefu okwogera ne Museveni. Tuli beetegefu okwogera ne Museveni oba n'omuntu yenna. Naye si kwogera naye bino ebya Nobati Mao, ebyampaayo ekifo, ebyankweyo sente meka, si emboozi yaffe. Okwogera ne Mwami Museveni twagala kudiscusinga naye ku nfuluma ye ayitawa kiki tumukkiriza okugenda nakyo. Fe tetuwolera ggwanga, tetupulaninga kulivenjinga, tetulina gwe twagala kuyisa bubi. Era Mwami Museveni twagala mujjukiza nti oluggi lukyali luggule olw'okwogera naffe mu lwatu, era nga n'ensonga ze twogerako ziri clear ze zino, naye oluggi olwo terugenda kubeera luggule kumala bbanga ddene. Bannakyemaliranga ba Moi bakozesa omukisa ogusembayo okwennyonnyolako era bakkirizibwa okusigala mu Kenya. Kakiri eri ggwe Museveni, oyagala genda bulungi oba oyagala genda misinde, kiri eri ggwe. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale eddala.
But also to talk a little bit about this talk of sectarianism. And I will also remind the country that there are many political parties that we could have used as vehicles, but we chose the National Unity Platform because we believe in national unity. At the core, that is our belief. We believe in national unity. The first value before you talk about anything else that we stand for is in our name. We are the National Unity Platform. And we do not just talk about it, like General Museveni has been saying. If those of you who read history, you read all the books he wrote, the most important thing he emphasized was sectarianism. He was accusing Obote and Amin of sectarianism and tribalism and all that. Now, because he's doing the same things, he does not want us to talk about them. So that is extremely unfortunate. If Museveni, just go and read Mission to Freedom, read Sowing the Mustard Seed, if he could write and condemn those past leaders for sectarianism and tribalism and all that, why does he think it is now wrong to condemn it when he's practicing it? So it is very unfortunate, and I think all the people of Uganda need to talk about that, because we believe as a National Unity Platform in equity. We believe that all regions in this country should have an equal stake in this country. We believe that whether you are from the north or from the east or from the central or from the west, you should have an equal stake in this country. We believe that all parts of this country should be developing at the same level. You cannot say that you are going to leave some regions. People have been saying we are not going to wait for Karamoja to develop. You see the regions like Busoga, what is going on there, West Nile and all that. We believe that national resources should go to all the people of Uganda, and we make sure that we have an inclusive economic development in this country. And so one of the biggest challenges is that Museveni and his regime are trying to victimize the victims. They are trying to see those people who have been victimized and calling them the victims. It's a shame. So when you think about nepotism, you just go and see right from top and see the ministries, the departments of government, where relatives, friends, cronies are scattered. You know, we believe in merit. We believe that people should have positions in government based on merit, not based on blood, not based on relationships, not based on kin, etc., etc. So I want to quickly attempt a question from our friends there about liberation. I'm sure the president will elaborate more on it. But liberation, you know our country is not liberated. And if you want to know that we are not liberated, you remember the media houses were beaten up when you went to the UN to deliver a petition. That is a sign that our country is not liberated. We are not liberated because we lose 10 trillion shillings every year in corruption, which money should be used to improve the lives of our people. We are not liberated because right now police can write a letter purporting to stop activities of a legitimate political party. That is a sign that we are not liberated. We are not liberated because our children are not able to go to school. In many parts we've been going to, you've been seeing children who drop out of school when they are very young because they cannot afford school fees. We are not liberated because we are in West Nile, and West Nile is not yet connected to the national grid. Every time they are suffering with power blackouts. We are not liberated because you've been seeing the expenditure of General Museven and State House. They are spending over 2.8 billion shillings, over 2.8 billion shillings a day, when people do not have food in many parts of this country. That means we are not liberated. We are not liberated because I can go on and on and on and on. So those who say, who ask us about liberation, we are fighting to make sure that all Ugandans can enjoy this country and can have an equal stake in this country. I thank you, and maybe now invite the President to respond to his questions.
Thank you. SG aganye okubiza mu Lunyankole. Obanchi iteche naye sijja kuyomba. Thank you very much for making it clear, Comrade Secretary General. My sister Namakumbi asked about our liberation talk. Yes, there have been many liberation phases in this country. Some of them have been fake liberations. It's not yet Uhuru. We are not yet where we deserve to be. You remember that our grandfathers and mothers had to liberate us from colonialism. And after colonialism, we celebrated briefly, and then we fell again into misrule. Gun rule returned. So when Museveni was fighting against Dr. Milton Obote, we thought he was fighting a just cause, because he convinced our fathers and mothers that he was fighting against human rights violations, that he was fighting against vote rigging, he was fighting for the return of democracy and all that. But looks like it was a lie. You all remember that on the 26th of January, in fact 25th of January 1986, 25th of January, the same day that Idi Amin took over, is the same day that Museveni took over. Although, being the liar that he is, he lied. He paused so that they celebrate on the 26th of January. So on the 26th of January, we were captured as a country. We were lied to, tricked, and captured. So now we are fighting to liberate ourselves from gun rule. We are fighting to liberate ourselves from dictatorship, from the abuse of democracy, from vote rigging, from everything times 10 that Museveni purported to fight against in the 80s. We are fighting against family rule. We want to liberate ourselves from family rule, from sectarianism, realistic sectarianism, from corruption, and from land grabbing. I could go on and on and on and on. But most importantly, like it seems to be the hot issue, we are fighting to liberate ourselves from nepotism and tribalism. And I will make it very clear. Some of you saw a video of an SFC soldier. And those that have not seen it, I beg you to spread it, because it is exposing and spreading the truth and poking holes into their manipulations that is going to save us. Please spread that video. This SFC soldier is clearly having tribal talk that I find even filthy to repeat here on the microphone. But where do they learn it from? They learn it from the chief priest of tribalism and sectarianism. I want to make it clear, that I'm not tribal. I'm not tribal. You all know my family. Did I marry from my tribe? You want to tell me there were no women in my tribe? But because I am national and I appreciate diversity, and I got my wife, my beautiful wife, from Ankole. You all remember that Museveni's son tweeted against me marrying my wife from Ankole, saying that I had to seek permission from him. You've seen all his tribal tweets that I find detesting to even repeat. But again, look at the teacher of tribalism and sectarianism. Look at how he has reduced our country to his family. His wife is a minister for education. His brother, he has the biggest budget under the guise of Operation Wealth Creation. His son, he commander land forces, then advisor. His brother-in-law, his son-in-law, his brothers are the owners of the gold mines that are supposed to be national gold mines, etc., etc., etc. So, Museveni, you have no moral authority to talk about that. We were all also asked about the threats, but I don't think I have to attempt that because you were very ably responded to. I mean, yes, we've had threats, but historically, threats against my life have been coming from the regime. And it's upon the Museveni regime to ensure that nothing happens to me, because we know that any harm that comes to me will be coming from you, and you know what exactly will follow later on.
Yes, sir.
Sematimba, no, before Sematimba, again the same person, but he asked whether we are ready for the violence. We are never ready for violence. We don't want violence. We are not violent people. And as you've seen for the last close to 3 weeks, nothing violent has happened because the police has not unleashed violence on us. How have we been able to go around? It's not because Museveni wanted it, but we've been telling you we took Museveni, his son, and his cronies to the International Criminal Court. And we believe that because they know what that means, that's why they behaved themselves. Are we ready for violence? We are not ready. But again, like they say, give your enemy enough rope to hang himself. The world cameras are on us. Museveni, you have the right to brutalize the people of Uganda or even kill them. But everybody that unleashes violence on the people of Uganda, anybody that kills the people of Uganda, you will be personally liable. Personally liable. We told you when we were beginning this tour that you will only be giving us more evidence against you. We are law-abiding citizens, and we know that one day, one time, all of you will answer for the crimes against humanity that you have committed in the past, that you are committing now, and those that you plan to commit. Fetubataddeko camera, you can do all that you want to do. Yes, bimazeeyo.